I do think that from a design perspective, Samsung did do many things correct. They had tried to address the battery issue. The camera is better. The curved screen is interesting. The apps are more useful and helpful. I think this does help secure Samsung's loyal base. Does it really help them, take over people that just bought an iPhone 6? Probably not.
Mark, question. There's some new technologies that are built into this new doodad here, including wireless charging as a standard feature. But they have non-removable batteries in order to keep them slim. But the company says that with a cable, if you plug it in, 10 minutes will give you a 4-hour charge. And also, they are actually moving one step up the food chain in terms of contactless payments. I'm wondering if there are security issues involved.
There certainly are security issues involved. We've seen very large companies here in Japan, like Sony, get hacked. So, this is a new area for Samsung, and this is a risk around security.
Okay, so what about Samsung Pay? Because obviously it comes off the heels of Apple Pay. Is it just me, or for a time, Samsung seemed to be the innovation leader. The refresh cycles were so impressive, but now all of a sudden they're lagging behind sort of the design and the ingenuity of what's happening at Apple now.
I think that there has been for quite some time a Me Too strategy from Samsung. I think that you're correct in saying that. I think that, payments is a very exciting business. Apple Pay, for example, is accepted by about 8% of major retailers in the United States, and Apple's own in-store payments, only about 2% are coming from Apple Pay. So there's a lot of growth in the market, but again, Apple is 18 months ahead of them, and in a market like that, that's going to be very, very challenging for Samsung.
Mark, one of the I guess neat things that people appreciate is a lot of the power-sucking features that the S5 sported. They've decided to flog those off and just throw those to the wayside. It sounds like phone companies are kind of metamorphosizing as people's tastes change in terms of what they want, what they don't want. I mean, there's no real end game to this, right? This is an ongoing kind of experiment to keep the power up, keep the things moving fast and being in tune with what people want. I mean, people are fickle. Let's face it.
Correct, and I think that Samsung has tried to address that. So I think a lot of the apps you're going to find in the S6 are going to be much more useful, like things like Skype and other Microsoft products, as opposed to Samsung trying to do it by themselves. So I do agree with that statement.
Well, is Samsung going the way of Sony, Mark? I mean, let's not mince words here, because in the second full month of global sales, I think with their last offering, which was the S5, they were outsold by the iPhone 5S, which was an older model. So, who wants to buy Samsung these days?
Correct, and I think that the issue is that Samsung is really being squeezed on the low end by the Chinese manufacturers, and on the high end it's going head-to-head with Apple, and I think that Samsung really runs the risk of being a kind of mid-range company that doesn't do particularly well on either end, and this is exactly what happened to LG. This is what happened to HTC as well. So there is a precedent and there is a risk in the market.